Everybody, welcome back to the Getting It Wrong podcast, where we unlearn harmful ideals, beliefs, and ideologies that we might be holding on to, and we get practical ways to live a more holistic and balanced lifestyle. And we embrace our mistakes here because getting it wrong is the first step to getting it right. I am your co-host, Gabby.
And I'm Morgan. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Show make you wanna hug up. Family, proud family. Ow!
Oh. Yes. How they changed the classic. How?
Why?
Boy. Let's just go ahead and get into it. Since we're in it. We're in it. We're going to stay in it. Welcome back. I might go ahead and keep in Gabby hitting them high notes.
Off key. A little pitchy.
You know, I'm not going to know. I was like, she did that. Go best friend is my best friend.
Yes.
But yeah, so welcome back. Must Know Monday, guys. We hope you are starting off your week right. Started off with a little bit of praise, amen. A little bit of meditation. Just start your week off right. You know, we gotta make sure we get into that. But
and happy Women's History Month.
Oh yes, happy Women's History Month.
And to celebrate Women's History Month, we are going to be talking about some shows that have some strong female leads.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
I just made that up.
Well, we are. It works.
It does.
I think our Wellness Wednesday episode in a couple of days is going to be a little bit more geared towards women.
Yes. Yay.
Okay. Yeah. All right. But yeah, let's get into it. So first up, I don't know if you guys saw, The Proud Family just came out. What day was that?
I don't know. I haven't seen
23rd, February 23rd.
Okay.
So it just came out a little bit ago and I got a chance to watch it.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys. And I sat with Zara and my little sisters and we watched it. And I had some mixed feelings about it. So
really?
Yeah. But before I get into that one, I kind of want to talk about the old one a little bit and just throw some appreciation towards it because it was just like, it was just such a dope part of growing up, having something like The Proud Family, because you didn't get cartoons like that were geared towards us like that was. It just felt so
very true.
Yeah.
And Destiny's Child on the theme song. Come on now.
Yes. Destiny's Child on the theme song. Solange. Yes.
You can't beat it. We can't compare the new theme song to it because it didn't have a chance, honestly. So
yes. And then the features, like the Black people that they had on there, you know, they had who they have? Cedric the Entertainer. I just saw something about Cheryl Lee Ralph being on there.
What?
For you know, just like a cameo.
Yeah.
They had some of everybody on there. They just had people popping in, and I mean, I think they're going to do something similar with the one coming up. They're talking about having people on there, but yeah, like it was just a nice part of growing up having The Proud Family. Now, yes. I will say it wasn't perfect. There were some things about the family dynamic, like now that I watch as an adult, I'm kind of like, I don't know if I don't like that. I don't like that.
Tell us about it. Tell us more.
The family dynamic, and this is still talking about the old one. So just me as an adult watching and understanding family dynamics differently as someone that has, you know, a child. who's tried to have like a whole family, I wasn't feeling it. Like, so I mean, if you guys watch it, so you have Trudy, the mother. She is a veterinarian, and if I'm not mistaken, she has her own practice doing the thing. I'm like, okay, good for you. You are out here, just proving that women can do a lot. Cool, that's fine.
Yes, we
But then they
can.
got,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
and then they got the dad, and with the proud snacks. He's kind of his like entrepreneurial type of thing, but it's not very successful. And yeah, they kind of just, I mean, they make him look like a scrub. And like throughout, like what I didn't like, if they're gonna have that family dynamic, I feel like don't make one parent look like a complete scrub. And then also the way that like consistently she's like throwing it in his face too. Like, oh, I pay the
Ooh.
bills. Do you catch that?
I haven't seen it in so long. I can't even
It
remember,
is
but that's crazy.
consistently, and they carried it over into the new one too.
Yikes.
Like it just makes me cringe.
That's very
a little
cringy. Yeah.
I'm just like and there are other layers to it that I wouldn't have come to on my own. I think it's more so you like some of your views, and I think we should get into that one a little bit too.
So how I feel about the family dynamic, I think it's a very popular trope that you see in Black film and Black TV, that the mother or the woman is, super successful, high powered, and then she ends up falling for a man that doesn't really bring that much to the table. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I feel, it's like something that I see I literally just saw an advertisement for a movie just like that. And I feel like we could name like 3 or 4 more movies that have that same storyline. And I don't think that's healthy. I think it's healthy for a woman. I mean, if that's what you want, that's fine. Like, not everyone wants somebody who is high powered as well. Some people want someone who can offer them like a little bit more support with other things. But I feel like they present it as if that's the only option that Black women have a lot of the time, like in representation in the media.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like, I think you kind of brought it to my attention. And now that you say it, I start seeing it more often and start noticing it. Like that is kind of a narrative that does get pushed, that like, and it's fine. It's fine for Black women to like, okay, that's cool. Black women are like the most educated. Black women are, exerting their like strength and, like showing that they, can do things. We are very multi-dimensional, and we can do a lot. And we are, but I think it's something that can be hindering as well if you focus on only showing one side of a type of person. I think it's kind of being, like you said, it's kind of being pushed that Black women, we can make the money, we should be the strong Black woman, we should be both the provider and the nurturer, and like do all of it, when I think that's a very unhealthy thing to push on a society and a community, because you need more than just one person to raise a family, period.
Definitely.
So to push, I think that, I don't know, I'm not going to get too deep into conspiracy theories, but like
I can go there, but
but for that to be the narrative that's pushed on our community, and we already have a lot of family dynamic issues that need to be fixed in our community. We already need to focus on having both parents in the home. We already need to focus on having someone nurturing and someone providing. That's something we already need to focus on. So for the narrative to be pushed that one person can do that is very unhealthy.
But think about it. Is it art imitating life or life imitating art? Which one comes first?
That's a good point. But this came out a while ago.
True, but I'm like, I feel like it was still going on. I mean, I feel like we were still having the same issues in our community when it came out.
Yeah.
But I don't
Either
know.
way, it needs to be fixed. And I'm not saying that they need to, I'm not saying that they can't have like the dynamic they have going on. I do think they need to fix the fact that it's kind of like, I don't know. I just don't like how they just bring it up like, you don't make no money in this house. I pay for everything in this house. I don't like it.
It's very cringy. Yeah.
It's very cringy. I think they need to fix that. I was hoping that they would fix it in the new one, but I still saw it.
Yeah, like, but I think it's important that like we make our opinions known. So when they, I feel like they do listen. I mean, maybe not to us specifically, but like if enough people say have an issue with the same thing, then I feel like they might take that into consideration. Yeah,
that's very possible. Maybe so. Maybe so.
Maybe I like to think so. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I have a question though. So with their family dynamic, like, is he helpful in any other ways, or is he just like I'm just making proud snacks? I'm a failed entrepreneur.
I think there are episodes where he is doing stuff like around the house, but then other times he's being lazy and like pushing it off on Penny or other people to do the stuff, because she's like, I know I can think of one episode in particular where, and this is from the old one of course, where he's like telling Penny to do all this work and she's like mowing the lawn and stuff, and then and then the mom gets home and she's like, I thought I told you to do all these chores, and he was like, oh yeah you know, like whoops, yeah, caught me. So, I mean, I don't know.
It sucks. I mean, but you know, these TV shows, when you really think about it, like a lot of these TV shows, even if it's not specifically geared towards Black people, they always have like a, you know, the dopey character.
Yeah.
But it just sucks that, you know, I feel it sucks that we don't have enough representation that is kind of the only representation that we see a lot of the time.
Yeah. See, if we had more representation, we wouldn't have to be that daggone picky with the one little thing we got. You know what I'm saying? Like, we wouldn't have to nitpick at it. Now, another part, people were not necessarily feeling the new song. I don't know if you heard it.
I did. It was cool.
Yeah. I mean, I understand why people don't like it. I think it would have been best to keep it. She had a pretty voice. Yeah. Yes. But I also don't know that they would have been able to pay Solange her coin and Destiny's Child. Like, come on. Y'all thought they was gonna get them back.
I mean, they got most of the people back. People should be happy. But
no, that was something I did like about it. They pretty much all of the characters stayed the same. The people they the people they could not get, like Orlando Brown, y'all know he going through stuff. They couldn't get him, so they took his character out.
Okay.
He moved. So they got other character. I mean, they replaced it with like Keke Palmer. I did like that they got like a chocolate girl on there that wasn't like stereotypical like Dejanay. So they got Keke Palmer on there. She's chocolate. Her stomach ain't hanging out with a blonde ponytail and 25 siblings. Okay.
Oh, child, I forgot. That was too much. That was too much.
I was like, why they do her like that? So they got her on there. Yeah. So I appreciated that. I don't know, it did feel kind of grown for Zara. I don't know that it changed much as far as like something about it makes me more comfortable having Zara watch the old one. I don't know if it's just because it's familiar to me, but the new one, it did get a little risque for me. Like there was like a scene where the parents, it's on the preview as well. Like the parents, you can tell they just got out of the act. They got caught and they had different outfits on, and then they did the cartoon shuffle cloud and then switched back. I was like, this too grown for my baby, because she's a baby. So I mean,
she don't know what's going on, but still
she doesn't. And I think it's the same situation. I think it's kind of similar to how the old one was. Like, I think there are jokes that we're gonna understand now that we didn't when we were little. But also my child's 6, so I'm like, we'll see. I'll give you a few years before you.
Oh, she did turn 6. That's crazy.
Right? I know. It's weird. I'm still getting used to saying 6.
That sounds like a big kid. Oh my gosh. Like, I feel like once you get out of 5,
you're not like a kid.
You're like an emerging tween. Like, that's too much. I don't like it.
Who told her she could be grown?
Right? Oh, it just grows so fast. But I'm sorry. Back to Proud Family.
No, I think that was mostly it. There was some good and bad about it. Overall, I wasn't like too disappointed or anything. I think anytime they bring something back, people are going to have a lot to say about it. So overall, I think it was cool. They held to some, like, they kept the same type of comedy for the most part. It felt like you were watching the same show. It picked up where it left off. So it was cool overall.
Okay, I might give it a watch. Yeah. Maybe it's like, I don't know. It's just one of those shows where it's like, if I have nothing else to watch, I might give it a try.
Right. Yeah. And it's only like 2 episodes out right now. I think they're gonna keep dropping them, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, like weekly. I like it when they do that. I'm not gonna say I'm not a binge girl, because I do like to binge occasionally, but I also do like the weekly drops too. So yeah,
they keep me from losing myself. The weekly drops, because I will stay up.
You're like, oh my god, it's 3:00.
Let me go ahead and call off.
Oh my gosh.
No, really. But yeah, girl. Yeah. So also, we're going to go ahead and talk about, drum roll, Euphoria.
So I know Morgan has not watched Euphoria.
Not the second.
Oh yeah, not the second season. Because I mean, it is a lot. I had to skip through a lot of the season and a lot of the finale because it's just too much. Oh my god.
Y'all know I'm weak sauce. I can't go through too much on TV.
I had to pause like throughout the season. I've had to like pause like so many times. I'm like, I'm gonna just have to come back to this another time.
Yeah, I watched the first season, but I definitely skipped like 5 episodes, and I was like, let me just go ahead and see what happens at the end. I just can't. This is too much for me. These babies are going through too much, and they babies. I can't.
Babies.
They are.
But so I'm not gonna like review the whole season or anything. I'm really just gonna talk about the finale. So if you've seen it, you've seen it. If you haven't, you have it. If you don't want spoilers, don't listen. Pause it right now. So a lot of people have been talking, and I'm going to talk about it too. So there were a lot of plot holes in this season, which is not necessarily a bad thing, because they can close some of these plot holes in the next season. But the next season is coming out in 2024.
Oh, that's a nice wait.
A nice wait. I hope I didn't make that up. We're going to go with 2024. But let's go through some of these plot holes. So do you remember McKay from the first season? He was the black guy that was with Cassie.
Oh, okay. I'm going to act like I remember.
Mm-hmm. Okay, it doesn't matter because he wasn't in the season at all. He was like in the first episode and then he like disappeared. But apparently he was going off to college, so I guess we can kind of reason it away and say, oh, he must have went to college or something, because we never saw him again. And then do you remember Kat? She was kind of like the heavier set girl who,
Okay,
yeah. So she didn't get much of a storyline this season. Like,
oh, really?
she kind of had like an embarrassing situation with a boyfriend she didn't really like. And they kind of showed like a montage of her, like, you know, doing her cam girl stuff. And then that was like it.
Okay.
I'm just like, okay, she didn't get much of a storyline this season. Don't know what's going on with that. Um, there was also a scene in this season where Rue, you know, Zendaya, the crackhead, um, she ended up like borrowing drugs from this lady to try to like sell it, make some money back, you know, the whole shebang. But her family ended up finding the drugs and flushing them down the toilet. So she owed this lady 10K. Right. How was she going to get 10K? She wasn't going to get 10K. So she like goes and starts like robbing people's houses. And
oh my gosh.
She comes to this lady with like a few thousand in cash and like some jewelry. And the lady's all like, this isn't a pawn shop. Keep the jewelry. I'll take the cash, but we're going to find a way for us to make this money back, honey. So she like drugs Rue. And it kind of seemed like she was going to try to like sex traffic her.
Oh, Lord.
But then Rue escaped. Like, I guess when everyone fell asleep, she kind of like was able to like climb out the bathroom window or the kitchen window or something. Oh, but then that was like the end of all of that. I was like, I feel like this lady's like going to find her and get her money back. But they kind of dropped that storyline throughout the season. Really? Yeah, we didn't. After that happened, we didn't hear anything more about that situation. That's what I'm saying. We were kind of expecting a little bit more this season, but they didn't give it to us. So if they bring it up next season, it's all is forgiven. But if not, I think people are going to be a little upset. Yeah. Let's talk about some of these crazy storylines. Let's talk about how Cassie needs help. Cassie is the blonde girl. Yes, girl needs some help. She needs some love in her life. I don't know if it's daddy issues. I don't know what's going on, but she needs to see a therapist. Because she's just all over the place. If she's not in love, she's like ready to slit her wrist. Yeah, so let's get our girl Cassie some help. She slept with her one of her best friends ex-boyfriends. They were only broken up for like 3 weeks and she was ready to get on that. And I'm just like, I honestly think she would go for anyone who would give her attention.
That's too bad.
Yeah, so let's get baby girl Cassie some help.
Dang. But I mean, it's high school.
It is high school. But I was like, she needs some help. So when she's not doing the same thing when she gets into her 20s.
True.
Okay. Let's talk about, since we're on the topic of Cassie, let's talk about her sister Lexi's play. So Lexi, love her. But she was wrong to put all her sister's business in that play. She was very wrong. Really? Yes. I mean, I would have been pissed if I was Cassie too, because Lexi couldn't put any of her own business in the play for real, because Lexi didn't do nothing for real. The only thing she could put in that play is kind of like her friendship with Rue. But she put all her sister's business in that play. She put her sister's business about like, you know, a lot of the play, I couldn't tell if it was like reality or like daydream, but I think she put her sister's business like about her like being with her friend's ex. She put that scene, the carousel scene, when her sister was on a carousel, like pretending like she was like, you know, doing something real sensual on the carousel. And she put that scene in her play and her sister lost her shit. Cassie lost her shit. She got on stage, pulled the girl who was her in the play off the carousel. I sent you the scene. Do you remember?
Yes, the drama.
Yes. It was like Morgan didn't see the season, but she saw the scene.
Yeah, y'all can go watch that part on Twitter. They were acting up. Not that she dragged her off stage, baby. They were acting up.
And then Maddie, you know, the hot girl, the one whose boyfriend she slept with, she took that as an opportunity to tear Cassie up. And you know what? I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that because they hyped up that fight scene at the beginning of the season. But literally when it came down to it, they gave us nothing. They gave us nothing. It was just like they're kind of like tussling for a second, and Cassie just runs away from Maddie. And another girl's just like, beat her A, Maddie. Oh, yeah. Beat her A. And that was it. I thought they were going to give us more, but it's fine. It's fine. And one more thing I do want to talk about. That 5-minute song sequence that they had in this episode. That really pissed me off.
Ridiculous.
That really pissed me off.
5 whole minutes, real time.
And I'm not joking. So this baby I'm not joking.
Guitar?
Okay, like the first 30 seconds. Right. The first 30 seconds, I was like, oh, this is cute. He has a cute little voice. I like it. But then it kept going. And I was like, okay, skip. It was still going. I'm like, okay, skip. Oh, it's still going. Skip. I was like, okay, now they playing.
That had to be a mishap. They meant to cut some of that out. Ain't no way.
Right. That's so apparently Zendaya.
Oh, geez.
She either wrote it or like helped write it. So I think that's why they put it in there. It was a mistake. Don't do that again.
Girl, you could have had that at the end credits.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, don't do that again, Zendaya. We love you. Don't do it again.
That's real cute, but no. They could have had a montage, like something else going. Like they could have cut to a different scene and he kept playing. Like
it was literally just his face, the guitar, and Zendaya looking very emotional. Like it was unnecessary.
No. For 5 minutes?
5 minutes.
Songs are 3 minutes. Like regular songs are not that quite, like they're not quite that long.
That's what I'm saying.
5 whole minutes. I'm confused.
No one sat there. I'm pretty sure everyone skipped it. I know I'm not the only one.
Everybody fast forwarded.
Ooh, I said that was the last thing, but there's one more thing. Let's talk about Fez and Ashtray. So I had to skip through the scene because Ashtray is a little baby. He's a little wild. He doesn't have any self-control, obviously. There was this scene where someone who was the ops, he was working with the ops, came in and was trying to record what was going on.
Oh no.
And Ashtray could tell what was going on and he wasn't having it. So he ended up shanking the guy in his neck.
Oh my.
Yes. And I was like, oh my God, you didn't even have to do that. Like,
did he die?
Yes.
He
died. Him? He killed the man. I was like, why you do that? Like we could have done something else. There's another way. But I feel like his first instinct is to like kill.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And so Fez was like, he was going to take the fall for it because of course he didn't want a little baby going to jail. So Fez was just like, you get out of here. We'll tell him I did it and we'll figure it out basically. And Ashtray, he don't talk. Covering up for little baby psycho, but he went into psycho mode, little baby psycho mode, and he didn't leave. He started gathering up the guns, all the guns in the house, went in the bathtub, and was preparing for war. And yes, girl. Yeah. And Fez was like, come on, man, stop. Open the bathroom door. He done locked himself in the bathroom with all the guns. Fez is like, come on, Ash, open the door. You tripping. No. And so the guy that was working with the ops, he was kind of like recording everything. So like when everything got quiet, of course the feds were like, okay, we gotta move in.
Oh no.
Girl, yes.
They took the little baby out.
Man, so the ops bust through the door. Of course, at Fez, he had the knife in his hand. They were like, drop the knife, drop the knife. He dropped the knife, but he was like, don't shoot. It's a kid in here. It's a kid in there. Don't shoot. And I can't remember what happened, but Ashtray just started shooting.
He ain't no little saint. He ain't no little saint.
He is not a saint.
No, he ain't little saint.
Oh, I don't understand.
Let's do it. We doing it for Lil Saint. You got served.
Oh yes. Okay.
You know when the babies died. Who else died? Baby G. What was
Wasn't it? Like Chris Brown?
Okay, he did die in a movie too. That one was sad. It was another one where the baby died. It was like, what was the movie called? It was like a baseball movie.
Okay, I was gonna say For Color Girls. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Okay. But yeah, so Ashtray started shooting. He accidentally shoots Fez. I'm like, come on, man. I'm like, can it get any more chaotic? And then
good grief.
Fez is on the ground like, Ash. Or I was just like, okay, this is too much. Like, it was starting to get too much for me. I was like, I'm getting a little bit too anxious. I just gotta skip.
Girl, I would have been skipped. You know, I would have skipped. I would have been fast. I would have been crying for the fast forward.
Man, like, I was like, but I did get on Twitter and they tell me what happened. They took little baby out. They took little baby out. That's sad. I'm interested to see where that storyline is going to go next season. I wonder what's going to happen to Fez. I'm like, are they going to figure out that Ash is the one who's going on the rampage killing people and let Fez go? Who knows? But yeah. Ooh. So that was the season finale. Those are some of the highlights and some of the plot holes I wanted to talk about. I just had to get it off my chest. So if you guys have anything about Euphoria that you want to get off your chest, please share. I want to hear it. And maybe they'll listen to us and close up some of these plot holes next season.
Right? Yeah, they need to, because that sounds real raggedy.
Real raggedy.
But yeah, y'all. There goes our Must Know Monday, you know.
Yeah. And that's all we have.
Right.
Talk to you guys later. Bye.